right. Good afternoon, Marina. Now, you were there at Bersih on the ground. Now, from your account, from what you saw, what do you think happened?
Well, I wasn't there where all the trouble started, so I'm not a witness to that. My experience was pretty good. I got up to the barriers on Jalan Lebuh Pasar and saw the police there, and nobody was provoking anything. I mean, there's high spirits, there's lots of young people, but there was nobody provoking, and the police were very patient. But having said that, then they suddenly brought out the trucks and the guys with the helmets and the shields, and we didn't really understand why. And we felt, well, okay, intimidation factor, maybe just stand there.
And what time was that about when they
That
came
was
out of the
2 something. And around 2:45, somebody said, enough, move back, and don't provoke, and just go. So we said, okay, fine. And maybe we move back and let other people go to the front to take a look and go. And at that time I checked my phone and I saw a tweet from newspaper saying Ambiga said disperse. So I said, oh, okay, fine. But there were a lot of, rally tourists, we call them, we want to go and take picture and all that. So we were a little bit like that, and we said, maybe let's go over there, Jalan Tun Perak way, to take a look. But somebody said, no, it's jam-packed, don't go. So we said, fine, and
So
we went
your
off
Bersih
home.
experience was quite jolly. In
It was
comparison
very
to
good.
what
It was, it was nice, because I think up to that point, up to about 3 o'clock or so, everybody's experience was great.
Yes, I think at 3:30 everyone is going to go home. It's
Yeah,
peaceful.
and it's just milling around, and it's like a big festival. You want to see who's there, and look
Say hi
around
to
and
friends.
say hi to friends.
Right now the blame game is happening. Who do you think should be, ultimately responsible?
I don't think everyone's really going to know yet. I think we need some sort of royal commission of inquiry and go and look at it, get all the witnesses there, everyone testify, and then get to the bottom of it. Because I think the government should be, feel an incentive to set up such a commission to clear the name. And everyone should support it, because I think everyone has a stake in it, But I don't think that, the violence is regrettable. I'm just thankful nobody died.
Yes.
Nobody had serious injuries. I was told all the injured have been discharged from hospital. But I think look at the larger picture, how many people came out. 99% had a good experience and thought it was peaceful and things like that.
What do you think of this justification that's coming out from Pakatan? That they're basically saying that no matter what, in a sense, these numbers would not have been reached if Anwar Ibrahim hadn't headed the crowd.
I don't know about that. I didn't see anyone looking for him or, shouting Anwar and all that. They were shouting for Ambiga, because she's seen as a civil society person. And where I was, Central Market, nobody was interested in the politicians.
But then if they're shouting for Ambiga, the thing is, in a sense, even during the day itself, there were, tweets coming out of the rally turning into a very pro-Pakatan rally, because the ones leading the cheers were generally Pakatan leaders, and the people organizing everything seemed to be Pakatan representatives.
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say, they're all these people shouting. We don't know who they are. And people I do know that when people started chanting things which were political in nature, the rest wouldn't follow. So the only acceptable chants were Bersih Bersih and Hidup Rakyat. That's it, not any of the rest. So I don't know whether that's a fair charge to say about the whole gathering. Certainly there are pockets. Look, they're politicians. That's their game. That's what they do. If they were BN, they'd do the same thing. They do exactly the same thing.
Do you think that Ambiga should have been more, much more stronger in trying to gain control of Bersih, in terms of, we've had Anwar in Bersih too, actually saying, I can stop Bersih if so-and-so happens. And it seems that, do you think she's done enough to really take back power over Bersih? Because many people are just calling it a Pakatan rally now.
Well, I don't know why it's always Ambiga, because there is a whole steering committee. She is co-chair with Pak Samad.
Yes.
When your NGOs, your civil society, you don't think, I think, as slickly as political parties do. You think of, okay, people coming together and we can do this and all that. And you're not that sophisticated. I mean, that's what, I'm not in the steering committee. I have no idea.
Well, there's been one justification coming out from the government, right? Because they said of the large amount of people who actually came down to Bersih, they needed that amount of crowd control because, as we've seen, some people can't control their emotions,
Yeah.
and will throw things at people or start fights or riots, and therefore the government is saying that we had to do it. Because, it was basically to safeguard the situation. There were too many people, large probability of, horrible things happening if we didn't do that. What do you
But
think?
horrible things happen because they threw the tear gas. Some people made a very good point that if you don't want people going onto Dataran Merdeka, then they should have lobbed the tear gas onto Dataran Merdeka, and that's sure to deter people. Why shoot it straight into the crowd? And straight into the crowd, not even, in that arc way. Same with the water cannons. They were shooting straight into the crowd. And there's one fellow who wrote his personal experience, and he said he was being tracked, that the water cannon was following him. And, what's that all about? What's that all about?
But let's say that they did actually do it in Dataran, right? And they just cordoned off that area and kept everyone away. Do you think that people would have left? They would have stayed around?
Yeah, listen, when that many people, when you say disperse, they're not going to melt away just like that.
All right.
Okay, it'll take time. And yeah, people love the atmosphere, so they want to hang around, and they're not necessarily out to make trouble. So, they go out, they go off, they go eat with their friends, and they're chit-chatting about the experience. That's not the same as still being part of the assembly.
All right, Marina. Do you have anything, final words you want to say on Bersih? That I'd like something that comes from the frustrated Marina Mahathir.
I just want the government to understand that the politicians and the political supporters are a very small part of the gathering. Most people, very ordinary people, first-timers, middle class, middle age. You can't believe the number of people who've come up to me, the most surprising people who come up to me and said, what was it? What was that all about? Why can't we go into Dataran? They should take note of that.
That is lovely. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.